Today, guys, we're talking about the 1982 release of the Beatles movie, starring in their first theatrical film, starring John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. It is A Hard Day's Night. Let's talk about the history of this release, of course. Let's go way back to 1981. Back in 1981, Universal was going to re-release Hard Day's Night. It was delayed due to John's assassination in December 1980, of course. Say, hey, we can't put into the theaters. He died 1 year ago, almost a few months after that. In 1982, they released it in the theaters again on February 7th, 1982. That's a good day, you know why? That's the day the Beatles arrived in America on February 7th, 1964. And after and I don't know, and I was at the time they released a theatrical poster, of course, new lobby cards, and now let's talk about the showtime for the film for the 82 release. So for the first one, the first showtime was 12:30 p.m. If you just had lunch with your friend, hey buddy, let's see what movies are playing in the movie. Oh, A Hard Day's Night is playing. Let's look at the order. The 12:30 p.m. is going. I think that's good. We have enough time. The tickets are only $2.99, won't we? I don't know. Maybe when you go with friends, if your family went, if your parents went, tell me your parents' experience seeing it on the big screen back in 1982. And if that 12:30 p.m. show started at 12:30, went by like 2 o'clock, probably. You know why? It's an hour. The movie is 1 hour and 27 minutes. It's a very short film, of course. It's only 87 minutes. Before I end the video, I will show my music on Filmbook, Criterion, the CO DVD copy, and the CD soundtrack from the library. Part of the 2009 master. After that showtime, the next showtime was 2:10 p.m. That was interesting because if you do some errors, say, hey, I could go see a movie. Oh, A Hard Day's Night is playing. It was like the show 2:10 p.m. is playing. And after that showtime ended, if that started 2:10, probably ended by 3:40 or 3:30 or 4 o'clock. After that, the next one was 3:50. An hour later, they go to at 3:50 p.m. Probably after when the parents are off for school, for the day, probably for the night, they may have had a meeting that, hey, I could go see a movie. Say, hey, A Hard Day's Night playing, and after that, they go to the theater, buy their ticket there, and not inside the theater, only, and you go watch Hard Day's Night. After the next showtime was 2 hours later, they do 5:30 p.m. Interesting, 5:30. That was like dinner time, like 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 p.m. And if someone went there at 5:30, they probably get home by 7. With trailers, previews, the prologue, of course. I was talking to prologue at the showtimes. After the next showtime was 7:10. They had a 7:10 p.m. showing. If that started at 7:10, it went by like 8:30 or 8:09. And after that, the next one was, there were 2 more showing after it. The next one was 8:55 p.m. A few minutes before 9 o'clock. After that showtime ends, the last showtime was 10:35. 10:35 p.m. was the last showing of the evening. As all the showtimes are on, if that 10:35 p.m. show and started at 10:35, it went out at midnight, like 1 in the morning, or probably 12 in the morning, of course. And that's the showtime. Now let's talk about the prologue I was talking about. Back in 1982, Universal put up, both Jackson wanted to put a prologue to the song I Cry Instead. They probably wanted to pick a song, they wanted to do I Cry Instead, of course, to do the memory of John Lennon passed away in December 1980, of course, on December 8th, 1980. Rest in peace, of course, John, we miss you. And we got the outro, we got the prologue. The film was on 35mm film in the 1982 we was on 35mm film, of course. It probably looked interesting to see it again in the theaters, of course. And after that, they now let's show my copies. First thing, before I show it, after that the poll like ended, and after the poll like ended, the movie officially began. Then our 20 minutes begins. Now let's look at my copies. Now, first thing, you guessed it, it's the music on film book. This book is interesting. It's the making of the film. It's been out of print for like probably years. And the front cover looks like that. I love that cover. That was used for the 60 Summer series when I saw it at the first reader. Pictures. They filmed it in August of 64, opened to 700 theaters. That's a lot. Yeah, early 1980 was we missed the soundtrack of Dolby Stereo. Next up, it's the Criterion DVD. Here's the front, spine, and the back. There's it is. I thought I got this yesterday, a few days ago. The sealed DVD version of the online collector's edition. Still sealed. This been sealed probably for years, and I bought it. I don't even have to. I have to win this. Okay, I bought it forever. I don't know if mine come up it like. Oh, at least some other copies looks like this. Like this. So you guys want to win it? So let's do it. Okay, I'm not opening it. I'm just keeping it sealed. I'm having a little bit of open right there, John's face right there. A little bit. It's not open. Let's just go see. Let's go. It's the CD. CD. And that's it. That was talked about the 82 Wii release of A Hard Day's Night. Tell me what your thoughts on this after 60 years of the film. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.